What's up, guys? Welcome to our YouTube channel, JK Media, where we talk about current events and issues surrounding our um, continent, our planet, our world in general. Today, I want to talk a little bit about my country of origin, Nigeria. I've been paying close attention to the new tax law, and I've also watched carefully how people reacting to it. I haven't taken the time. I'm going to just be straightforward here. I haven't taken the time to look into the details, but I also want to react to it on the surface, uh, based on what I've seen people say about taxes. And I'm going to react to it from the perspective of Christians in Nigeria, the people who pay tithes every day. Anyway, they pay tithes every day. They pay tithes to God or tax to God every day. Now, I hear people, oh, Nigeria, country without nothing, should not be asking for taxes. Okay, okay. Unfortunately, most of the beautiful nations that everyone admire pay taxes. As a citizen of the United States, I pay taxes. Okay, now you might say, oh, but you got a lot. No, that's not true. That's not true. I use pidgin here. They say uno go no. The system can be very supportive when you need it, but over the years, the level of support have had also dwindled because they can only support as much as they could. Okay, but all that aside, let's talk about why it is important to pick that because what's prompted me, what brought me to making this video is Christians who pay tithes to their pastors every day, who pay taxes. They're giving money to the pastor every day, claiming they're giving that money to God. The same people are complaining about paying taxes in the land where they live. What are taxes supposed to be used for? The amenities that we always admire that we wanted. The schools, the roads, the good stuff, right? And shouldn't it be better for us to support that than giving the money to God while we're waiting for heavenly blessings? Shouldn't it be better that we use this collective money in form of taxes to make our roads better? Now you might want to say, oh, but corruption. Yes, I agree. Corruption, if you're speaking from the perspective of corruption, that's true. Everyone should be wary of that. But you haven't paid the taxes at the first place, so why are you worried about corruption? The one you have been giving to God, the one you have been giving to your pastor, because you're not giving God nothing. God don't need your naira. The God who owns the universe, if you truly believe in him, don't need your naira. But you give him money every day because your pastor told you to do so. Your reverend father told you to do so. Your imam or whatever told you to do so every day. Specifically the pastor. I don't want to even go into other religion. The Christians. So it's more easy to pay tax to God than to pay tax. Don't forget, it is the same Bible you read that says, give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. What does that mean? Pay your taxes accordingly. Jesus paid taxes. Do you know that? Jesus paid his tax. So yes, I understand your concern from the angle of corruption, how our leaders are corrupt and all that. But you haven't even paid your taxes at the first place. Now, if there is something in the tax law that need to be looked into, that should make it better for everybody, yes. But saying there shouldn't be taxes because Nigerian government don't provide nothing, come on, no, that is not a good argument. Nigerian government don't do nothing because the average Nigerian don't even want to pay taxes at the first place. Okay, now should we make the tax law fair? More logical to fit into the, the people? Yes, I will agree for such dialogue. Let's make it fair. Let's make it better. Let's make it uh not to put too much pressure on the average man. However, people should pay their taxes, and I'm 100% in support of that. Pay your taxes, and then afterward, if that money is not being used as stipulated, then you have the guts to question and challenge the ruling governments. But until then, come on. Come on. You know. And I think a lot of us are quick to, pay your tithe, give 10%, 10% of your whatever, you're giving it to God. When trouble comes in your community, before you uh, before you shout God, you're asking for police, you're asking for law enforcement. You use the system every day. Whether you like it or not, you benefit from the system. Your children goes to school. So technically, you are using the system. You're part of the system, and you use the system. And so why not support that system? No, it's easier to support or the things that are unseen because somebody told us the money is going to God. No, it's you can see obviously that money is not being used for anything regarding God. It's being used for material things that benefit those in charge of your spirituality. And so don't be fooled. I'm not saying don't pay your tithe because there is nothing anybody can do about it. That's your faith. However, if you're comfortable paying your tithe, be comfortable paying your tax. Okay? Thank you. And this is my ranting on this one. Don't hesitate to comment. Share your thoughts and opinion. You know, that's part of the dialogue. At the end of the day, we want to create a better world for ourselves and for the future of our world. Okay? Thank you, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.